Yes, they're letting us in. In this episode, we visit an abandoned diamond mining village, find a classic adventure bike, which has some strange connections, try and stay out of the cages, heat some water, and watch another African sunset. Good morning. Thanks for tuning back into Moto Rover. We're leaving Luderitz this morning. I'll just show you on the map where we're going to go. We're going to stop in at the buried village at Coleman's Scoop, head back through Ouse, and then head up towards a little town called Betta, where we'll be staying the night there. Now the bikes are all packed up and we're just about to hit the road and head back to the sand invaded village, which we missed out yesterday. So today's the day. We should be let in now. It's about 10 kilometres inland from Luderitz. Once a thriving diamond settlement during the 20th century, Coleman's Scoop now stands as a haunting and photogenic reminder of a forgotten era, where the sand slowly reclaims what humans have built. The town was established around 1908. Then, a railway worker discovered a diamond while clearing tracks in the area. This sparked a frenzied diamond rush, attracting German miners and fortune seekers. Within just a few years, Coleman's Scoop became one of the wealthiest towns in Africa. At its peak, Coleman's Scoop produced nearly 1,000 kilograms of diamonds per year, making it incredibly rich. It featured grand homes, a school, a hospital, power station, theatre, bowling alley, casino, ice factory. This is the Grand Hall, which would have been used for balls as such, a theatre with the balcony up there, and it also doubled as a gymnasium. They had catering down on an industrial scale by the size of these cookers here, and also, as mentioned, the bowling club. And this is where the ice was made, which would have been an absolute luxury given the climate in this part of the world, to be able to have the ice for comfort, cold drinks and the preservation of food. The hospital could cater for up to 250 patients, which coincidentally had a wine cellar underneath it, no doubt for medicinal purposes. This is the hospital/wine cellar in the distance, and the barracks for the workers. They were well looked after. The level of care shown to the workers was well ahead of its time. This was the first hospital in the Southern Hemisphere to have an X-ray machine. It did also double as an ability to find diamonds that might have been swallowed before people went on leave. If they were found, you were locked up with laxatives and had the privilege of sieving for the contraband. Enough said. This is what was known as Millionaire's Alley, where the main people lived, the teachers, the accountant, the engineer, the architect, and obviously the mine manager. It was considered the place to be. And as the sign says, very clearly, architect. This was the architect's house. Well, let's go inside and see how he designed his house. The sand is everywhere. There's no escaping it. It's in every room. It looks like the tide's come in here, but the tide is sand. So it's the marching sands of time. Good word. In some ways, because of the high ceilings, you can sort of get away with all the sand invasion. One of the reasons why there is so much sand blowing through these houses is because the area that the township is built in is a natural wind tunnel, and of course the wind carries the sand. If it wasn't so windy, the sand wouldn't be moved around so much. They get a lot of wind through here, something like 100 days of the year it's blowing over 50 knots, and the visibility is obviously reduced because of the sand and the dust. That house there is certainly taking a bit of a beating. There's not much left of that, but at least upstairs in here we have a few rooms that haven't been inundated yet. Give it a few more decades, the tide of sand might rise. These are some of the sluicing tools as such that would have been used to extract the gems or refine down to more smaller. As you can see here, the mesh gets smaller and smaller as we come further down. The final compound that was collected was all gone through by hand on sorting tables, and over one of the buildings over there, quite a manual process which apparently hasn't really changed a lot to modern times. By the 1920s, richer diamond deposits were discovered further south. The town declined rapidly and was completely abandoned in 1956.
Heading back towards Ouse, where we'll stop for a bite of lunch and then move north again.
Not exactly sure what they're trying to keep in or out with these fenced-off rest areas.
We've found on the roads a lot of the trucks, like the one just up in front here. They're going out to Luderitz, out to the port, and they've all got these tipping baskets on the back of them. You can see those every 10 minutes, one going one way or coming the other. And what they're actually doing, they're carrying manganese ore. The ore is being mined at several different places in the interior of Namibia, let's say, carried out to the port and then being shipped off to other countries for processing, which I would... A little bit of wildlife, little springbok. I think they'll outrun me. Here we have the classic 990 KTM, a fantastic machine. There's a local lad that lives not far from here. That's terrific. Takes me back, takes me back. Here is a slightly newer version. Well, we're back on the gravel. And a little bit of sand, a little bit of corrugation. You get it all here in Namibia.
S1E6 is where we plan to get to by tomorrow night.
We're about an hour away from Betta. Should be fuel, should be accommodation. I don't think there's much else there, to be honest. But into the sunset once again.
That's it. We've arrived in Betta. It was really good to see the buried village today, and now we've got to the campsite here. We've got a nice room just in front of us, and we've arrived before the sun goes down, so we can actually sit and watch and enjoy it today for a change. I'll just show you through where we're staying, have a look around. This is a great little room we've got. Well, this is the little cabin we have tonight. I love the horn for the hand before the door. Good bathroom here. Plenty of hot water. The fire has just been lit. As you come outside, dinner is waiting. And the sun is going down in Africa. This is what we came here for. Our hot water, the fire is underway. Oh, I think we're going to have a nice hot shower tonight. Wonderful.
This is a camping area, very quite typical. We're in the middle of nowhere. This is the only accommodation that was near where we wanted to be. And here we have a bit of company too.
And tomorrow we're heading up to Sesarim, which is the springboard from where we go on and look at some of the big sand dunes that Namibia is known for. So tune in tomorrow and see what happens. And of course, the obligatory like, subscribe, comment. Thank you very much.